Jeremy here at Melo Music Meltdown, back with another video. What we have for today, guys, is another album review. This time we're checking out the band Orbit Culture with their latest release, Death Above Life. Just dropped through Century Media Records on October the 3rd, 2025. It's got 10 tracks in total, 53 and a half minute in length roughly. And I really like this band. Super excited. They had a new album coming out this year. I was introduced to them back in 2020. I think it was kind of their breakout album back then because they kind of seemed to gain popularity pretty quickly after that. But like I said, this is their fifth full length in total. I have listened to all their albums streaming and they're all really good. They kind of a blend of mellow deaths, a little bit of thrash elements, a lot of groove metal in their music as well. They're based out of Sweden. They formed in 2013. The lead singer has some really good guttural vocals, and he has these kind of more screaming, kind of raspy vocals that are very reminiscent of James Hetfield. He gets compared to him a lot. I can definitely hear it. But this is a really strong album. I don't know if it's as good as the one previous, but we'll kind of get into it. The opening track, Inferno, was a barn burner. Starts off with this like little bit of an ominous sound, and then the drums kick in, and the drums are just so thunderous and heavy. And then when the guitars kick in, holy crap, it's heavy. The guitars are just so dense and heavy and crunchy. And the production on this album is just monstrous. It's so heavy and full and just pounding. I love the production on this album. It's one of the standouts for sure. But really killer opening track, super heavy, really crunchy guitar riffs, guttural vocals, but still kind of catchy, kind of sing-along chorus at the same time. Really killer opening track. Bloodhound was a cool track. It kind of reminded me of Slipknot in parts, which is not necessarily a great thing for me. I'm not a big Slipknot guy, but parts of it kind of reminded me of Slipknot in ways, but otherwise it's still a heavy song. Got some good rhythms going, some good guitar riffs, but the kind of overall vibe of the song kind of reminded me of Slipknot for some reason. Inside the Waves was a cool track. Had a really cool kind of sing-along chorus. Still some heavy guitars, not quite as heavy as the opener, but some really good crunchy guitars going on as well. The Tales of War was another banger, really standout song for me. Very crunchy guitars, good melodies, good guitar melodies mixed in and riffs. Really good song as well. Hydra was one of the other singles. Really cool song, super heavy. Love the sound of it right away. But when I compared this to the seventh track, the title track, Death Above Life, I kind of started to notice a lot of similar rhythms and guitar riffs are kind of not recycled, but sounded very, very similar. They followed a very similar pattern. When you listen to Hydra and like Death Above Life back to back, that kind of like main riff it has kind of the same rhythm and the same kind of pace. So it sounds very similar in ways. If I'm comparing those two songs, I like both of those songs a lot. They're definitely standout tracks for me. But Death Above Life, the title track, is just more punchy and heavy as hell. And that little genty kind of, what's it called? That genty little part of it and the rhythmic part of the music, I just really enjoy that. Very like raw and like tribal and rhythmic. I like the way it sounds. The pinch harmonics, I think that's what it's called. Really sounds cool in that song. One of my standout tracks for sure. The song The Nerve was a pretty well written song, had a little bit different feel to it. Good chorus, some good guitar riffs, not quite as heavy, but a good tune. The Storm was one that was just kind of there for me. It was a good song, but not quite as strong as the other ones. And Neural Collapse was another one that was just a good tune, but didn't quite stand out to me as much as the other songs. The last song, The Path I Walk, was a completely different song, really stripped down, kind of ballady kind of song, if you will. It really showcased a different angle of his vocals, very, very clean vocals. He can sing really well too, but it sounds like very emotive and passionate and powerful and just a lot of emotion behind it. And the production really makes it swell. And then like 2 minutes into the song, the drums kind of come in a bit and the guitars. Really nice song. I love the way it sounds. It's kind of powerful, but in a softer way. Really nice song. My only, well, let's talk about the production. The production on this album is probably the overall standard overall. It's super heavy. It's really well produced. It's like heavy as hell. The instrumentation is, the drums are just thunderous and pounding. The guitars are like really crunchy and heavy. Everything's pretty well mixed though. You can still hear everything really well. I heard some people review it saying it sounds like a wall of noise in some places, but I didn't hear that at all. I could hear all the instruments really clear, but they sounded heavy and like dense and full. The production on this album is monstrous. Vocals sound really good. It's got good dynamics, mix of gutturals, kind of the screaming, harsh vocals, and on the last song, those are like really nice, clean vocals. Overall, standout tracks for me definitely were Inferna, killer track. I'd go with the title track, and I like the last song quite a bit for the softer song. Those three, and then Hydra and The Tale of War are probably the other two I really like. But the other songs are pretty good. There's not really a bad song on the album. Might be a little bit long. They could have stripped off one or two songs to shorten it down a bit. My only gripe with the album, like I said, when you listen to the album, when you hear Open Culture, they definitely have a unique, distinct sound of that's their own. So they can definitely, they have a unique sound that you can't mistake them for anyone else. But when I started listening to this album, I noticed a couple of the songs had very, very similar riffs, very similar like rhythmic patterns and like drum patterns, and there's a lot of similarities, especially between Hydra and the title track. And I'm surprised they released those as two singles because they sound very similar to me. But that's really the only gripe I have. Production's killer. The album overall is heavy as hell. Really gets your head banging. The vocals are great. It's just a really strong album. Overall, I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. I was going to push it to 9, but a couple small gripes bring it down. Some of the tracks are just good, but not great. So I'm going to give it an 8.5. I think it's well deserving. Really strong record from these guys. I don't think I like it as quite as much as Descent, the album before it. But it's pretty close, pretty on par, but not quite as good in my opinion. I think the songs on the other album are just a little bit better. But overall, I really dug this album. Definitely one I'll be picking up on CD. And yeah, definitely wasn't disappointed. Really good stuff, super heavy, and just really, really good songs. So thanks for watching, guys, and keep it metal.